Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's showtime. Hooray! We will continue. So last night, after stream, I finished constructing my sniper rifle. Don't worry, I do things offline. I mean, nobody wants me to stream my entire life. Believe me, you don't. Nobody wants to see an old man pleasuring himself 6 to 8 times a day. Never mind. We'll make sure everything is in good working order before we head out to our... I added another floor. I hope you like it. I haven't done anything with it yet. Let's see. We've got our money. We've got our blood sacks. We've got water. We've got our armor, which we'll be swapping into. I'm going to go ahead and fill up my leader John, my Hajra leader John. I'm going to be wearing my armor a lot. I may need it. Having done that, I will now empty it all out. Because it's water harvesting time. The dial in the upper right is pointing into the blue areas, which means it's a good time for harvesting the water, reaping the waters. A quick half a liter there. We're over a liter already. We're at 2.22 liters and seem to be at 2.5 liters, which is all the water I can carry right now. And there we go, we're full. Always check for the time of day before you head out. Don't want to miss opportunities for free water. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. We'll give ourselves a full Hajra liter, John. I think I did leave something here. Copper. Don't think anything was left over here. No. Just tidying things up, you know, before I head out for a busy day of murder. Don't worry, they're all bad guys. Right, power is correct. We have 5 days on the clock. Excellent. All right. So, we're going to be heading there. Hostile takeover is the name of the quest. Let's go ahead and emphasize that. Hostile takeover. I hate this quest. I've only done it once, and I hate, loathe, and detest it. What happened is shortly after the game launched, I had done one Imperial testing station, the one that's in Haga Basin South, the starting area. And there were a lot of mobs. At least it seemed so at the time. And so I get to this one, which is the second one you get to if you're following the storyline. I'm going to grab the carbon up here. And I'm wandering through it, and there's no mobs, no critters, no bad guys. Nobody's attacking me. This seems weird. You know, the first one was full of dudes taking shots. But this one's empty. That's weird. And I get partway through. And it's not empty. The mobs had just been killed. And then they respawned. And they murdered me. Very quickly indeed. Is this a freaking storm? Oh, it's the Coriolis storm. It's coming up tomorrow. Or late tonight, I should say. Why did the marker move? Why can I not place it again? What the? Anyway. So, the mobs all respawn and I die. Very quickly indeed, actually. Now we're going to have to come all the way out to there. And sadly, because I hadn't considered the fact, I was carrying every last bit of money I had. So I couldn't very well leave that behind, which meant I had to make my way through this very large, very full of bad guys piece of content. There are two parts in it that are particularly egregiously unpleasant. First of all is the one I call the big room, because it's a big room. What it has is about 20 enemies in it on 2 levels. So you have to pick off the ones on the top level and then try and do the same to the ones on the bottom level. You have to do it very carefully and not overpull. I did want to check one thing really fast. I'm going to need to make one of these salvaged metal. We're going to need some salvaged metal. Note to self, Lens, you're going to need some salvaged metal. And so I slowly, carefully pick my way through that room. There are a couple places where you're fighting against the stupid minigunners, whom all rational, thinking Dune Awakening players just hate. And eventually clear it out. The other one is arguably even worse. The final room has a door that blocks behind you, and 3 tough mobs, and then the named mob you need to kill. It was not that tough, but not that easy either. And apart from that, it's the standard collection of unpleasantness. So now I have my sniper rifle. That will make it significantly, I don't want to say easier, more manageable. How about that? Before we go in, and before I forget, go ahead and repair my trike. As it's ailing, it's under the weather. Nope, there we go. That is better. We'll now swap back to our combat arrangement. And I saw someone do something I didn't know you could do until last night. They picked up their little respawn item. So you can reuse it. I had no idea that was possible.
Who's there?
Oh, I'm gonna have to fight my way in. Great.
They're coming. Where's my backup?
Get me out of the sun, and we'll take care of the other unfortunate who wants to play. Keep an eye out for scavenged metal. Give me a second here. I'm going to mute because I have a scammer fraud call. They hung up. They don't like my message. This is going to be a rather slow, deliberate process. Because there are lots of mobs and they're not being one-shot by my sniper rifle, sadly. How much heavy ammo do I have? Eesh. Wish I had more heavy darts. Alright, I have entered the Imperial testing station. Wrong thing. Let's try that again. We got one. I think just one.
Welcome to Imperial Desert Botanical Testing Station number 10. I am Dr. Silas Graylish, director of this facility. Our goal here at DBTS-10 is to find and develop
him. One of them's dead, but you have to be careful because shield goes down when you shoot at people. And they tend to frown at being shot at. Good evening to those of you who have joined me. Do we have more in this room? I don't think so, but maybe. Let's finish getting all the blood we can get out of these guys. It's like getting blood from a dead guy. They're full, I believe. Yep. All right. Like I said, it's going to be a deliberate, slow process for me. As I know that this is quite dangerous. Alright, so some of them can be one shot, but not all. Alright.
Attention, all of you. Yesterday
All
in
of you.
Harko Village, Christoph referred to me as Iman Brecht Healer. How hard can it be to remember this simple rule? No military title. We take a risk every time we need to enter settlement. A slip-up like this could easily be the death of us all. Make sure every one of you hears this message and understand it. Christoph will not be returning to us. There will be an auction for his gear.
Well, that's money sensible. It seems like a lot of guys. Is that all the guys in the big room, which I mentioned earlier, that I don't like? That one. Like I said, it's going to be a slow go for me. As I'm going to practice an excess of caution. Let's go ahead and drink some out of our Hydra Leader John, as I believe we have more endurance when we're fully hydrated. think there's another one over there. Let's find out. Nope, there isn't. And how about over here? Like I said, very deliberate. This place is no joke.
Someone's hit found them. Fire assistance.
This is the big room, I think. No, it's not. I don't think. Come on, I know you're in there. Maybe it is. Oops. Why is he not dead yet? I think that's an innocent, reasonable question to ask. I don't think this is the big room. I mean, it, I think, is a big room, but I don't think it's the big room. Like I said, slow and deliberate. Don't want that, actually. Oh, actually, that might not be bad. I might run out of Healy kits here if I'm not careful. Those. Have any scrap metal in there, guys? I could really like some scrap metal. It's not. Not sure that hits. Now it does. I think. Maybe not. Would you freaking die? Evidently, the answer to that question is no. All right. Oh, he... These are the guys that everyone hates, including me.
Shields up. Damn, empty.
God, that's why we hate those guys. And that's why I hate Imperial Testing Station number 10. This has been my TED Talk. Nope, don't see him. Memory serves, we go that way, eventually. Yeah, nothing in here, just a little dead end. Really, my least favorite content in the whole game so far is this thing. Because you get it, the quest for this at a very early level, and you're really not prepared, even with the freaking sniper rifle. You don't have rounds for the sniper rifle. Not great. I should have made more. It's a good shot. Another gunner. hate those guys. God damn. And I am getting seriously low on the heavy ammo. Fuel cells I do not need, sadly. Some scrap metal would be handy, but not the fuel cells. Hey, how come their bullets can go through when I'm sure mine can't? Whoop. We haven't gotten to the big room yet. Let alone the last room. Yeah, I think I may have
Hitler. Here are this week's notes from our market contacts.
made a significant mistake.
Working anti-dust filtration systems are in high demand in Erekine. Those from one-man ground cars are valuable, but larger units from sealed system ground cars and ornithopters will fetch the best prices. Stick to Chome's standard models, since custom fabricated units are becoming too easy to trace. The dealers won't touch them. Make sure our acquisition agents are aware of this. The market for scrap metal is nearly glutted because of competition from scavengers in the Hogger Basin. But there is still a strong market for copper, aluminum, and plasteel components. It'll be worth our effort to break down larger mechanisms to acquire those materials. Do not forget to pass on last week's tallies as soon as you have completed them.
Reveal yourself.
Oh, come on, I can't do anything with that? Oh, we got another one. Anyone else nearby? Not nearby. Ugh, don't need those. Three bullets left. Heavies.
Who's that? I've got you covered.
Come on, you can see me. Don't you want to dance? Oh, have you got a friend over there? You do. Just pick up. Huh. Well, I can swap to that. When this runs out of ammo, it's not as good. It's short range. But it will do a job on a lot of... So that's a help. Man, my stomach's bothering me. The other thing I loaded is a shotgun, short range. Uses light darts, which we currently have a plentiful number of. I really hate this instance, which you might have gathered by the fact that I keep saying I hate this instance. Alright, nobody in here.
I cannot believe this. It's an outrage. An
scavenged metal.
academic outrage. Our work has barely begun here, and the research is progressing splendidly. But today, I am informed that our facility
need
is being
more.
expanded to provide a maintenance station for equipment and vehicles from dozens of testing stations. How are we supposed to work with that going on?
That ought to do it.
The noise, the fumes, 8 bondsman workers poking about. Maddening.
Should be able to make 2 of those, 4 of those. They stack. Let's make 4. Are they stacking? No, they're not stacking. Of course not. Well, let's drop the stuff we don't need then. That can go. I need to keep that, actually. That can go. And I am a dope. I hadn't changed into my armor. That'll give me a little bit more survivability. Not much in the way of a fashion sense, though. The flippy ears are just kind of, they're goofy. It's not a look I would normally choose for myself. Yeah, we don't need the fuel cells. okay, we did come in here, I think. This is where we came in, but having more of this wouldn't hurt anybody. I mean, unless I dropped it on their head, that might hurt. Can I do that? Not. Yeah, that's more people. I think that's the big room. Anybody in that direction? No. Let's go ahead and drink. Loot. Loot. This is the big room. And I believe it closes and locks behind me. So what I do want to do is drop one of those. How about there? Swap. Let's just gonna throw that back in. We're gonna run out of sniper bullets. I didn't get enough heavy darts. We got a couple, 3 over on this side. Minigunners. I hate them. You'll know the door is locked behind me. It happens in 2 places in this instance, and I freaking hate it. This is not good.
Access denied. Get there.
God damn it.
Access denied.
We've got incoming!
Probably gonna die here.
Reload!
That was another fucking grenade. Which one is which? Home base, entry point, trade post, checkpoint, respawn beacon. I hate this instance. I hate every piece of the design. My first death. Seriously injured again. I think it was another grenade, but I'm not positive. Like that.
Access denied.
What the hell is that shit? Yeah. Bleep off. This is the sort of instance that would make me quit a game. That's how bad it is. So many mobs. You're locked in. I see him over there. I'm not sure if he's a sniper or what. Perfect. Well, he was a sniper. That's the dead guy. The stupid healing kit. We'll work the other way around. The top tier. Imagine my joy and excitement. There's so many mobs in here. And the fucking gunners just are the worst. Oh, got one of them. Don't want to waste our sniper ammo on shielded targets. Dead again. Almost. Yes, dead again. Can I at least kill him? That wasn't close at all. That was a complete and utter lie. Just want to be completely clear about that. Fuck, I hate this map. I hate this entire instance. I haven't even finished clearing the top yet. Okay? Note, another minigunner. Have I mentioned that I really dislike them? Those may not be in this room. I don't think they are.
Shield on. Get them.
Jeez, I hate those freaking things. We finished off this floor. Good, looks like we have finished off, completed this floor successfully. Yay us. There's a whole nother floor. Fewer than I remembered, but more than I want. He's a shielded minigunner. So it looks like we've got the two dead ones and one minigunner. Not sure I believe that, but we'll pretend that's the case. See if we can pick him out of there. There he is. Appears to just be one. Wow, that's not good. I don't have enough. Ah, that's not good. Okay. Got to be a little more careful with that. Too much scanning, because it uses power, and the power doesn't regenerate instantly.
Reveal yourself.
Reveal myself. Yes, I'll do that real soon now. Right now.
We've got intel. Kill them all. Shields up.
How many freaking times did that open up the damn door? They all dead, and is the door open? Yes, it is. They're all dead. So, love this instance. Just love it to death. My death. Most likely. Alright, that's the less terrible room in the place. There's something worse. Oh, yes, there is. My attitude about this one, you might find that difficult to believe, and yet true. Nice bits of complex machinery. That's a plus. I think that's the one we came in on. Not that I'm positive about that. Okay, now I'm positive. Definitely take that. I'm going to drop another respawn beacon here. And make another one. Nope. Doing 26 rounds left. I have no idea as to how much distance there is between the two bad places. Damn it. Yeah, I'll do it. $23. It's fine, of course.
Attention, all of you.
She's
I know you are all impressed with the daring of our friend Cedar, who was bold enough to steal a battle tank from under the very noses of Atreides troopers. Stealing aging ground cars and tractors from the peons of Graben, sink and pan is one thing, but this takes nerve bordering on the legendary. I am duly impressed. So impressed that I will overlook the equally high degree of stupidity Cedar has shown with this act. It is not in our interest to risk the wrath of powers that have set a price on our heads. No one listens to the complaints of the peons. These are our targets, not the great houses. We deal in civilian vehicle only. Anything else endangers us all.
Oh, joyous. I am so enthused about another one of these guys.
Enemy
I
sight.
just can't tell you. Shit. On bandages too, awesome. Which one is it? It's the shield dude. He's stuck.
We got incoming.
Incoming. That's a freaking grenade, which I definitely do not need. Got him.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
I hate this entire instance so much. It's so fucking big and so much not fun at the same time. Which way is it? That way? Must be that way. Landsrod decree. That's nice. That's nice, dear. Alright, this is a dead end. Yep. Alright, dead end. More of that. How are we doing on? Scrap. Oh, I think this is the last fight. So we are definitely dropping. Somebody else has dropped one here previously. Alright, this is going to be very bad.
Who's that? Identify it. Let's get the bastard. Let's go. Fire in the hole. Need to reload.
Let's use our prescient state. Kill them.
Your water is mine. I've got your back.
Your water is mine. Fire in the hole. Weapon empty.
That's not what I wanted to do.
Got you covered. Need to reload.
Fine, again. Nope, okay. Go awaken. The respawn beacon. There should be just 2 of them left. God, I hate this bullshit. Enough power. How about... Can I turn it on now, please? How about now? Do I have no fucking power? It's broken. My power pack is broken. Yay! Where are they?
There's someone here.
Yes, there is. Hey, don't worry, they don't have a shield anymore.
I need help. Mount.
Empty. They're coming. I've got your back.
Is that all of them? What an enormous pain in the ass and piece of crap instance this is. I think that's the way
To our
out.
new friend, Ina Himmer, late Immenberg Himmer of the Harkonnen House forces, the Turiel sends greetings. You may be surprised that we know your identity, but the hands of Turiel, whom I represent, know many things. For instance, we know that you and your band of deserters recently ousted a gang of vehicle thieves from one of the ancient testing stations in the Familius Gap. Congratulations. I'm certain that the station will make a fine hiding place for former soldiers such as yourselves. But there is a small problem. You see, those thieves were in our employ. They acquired vehicles and broke them down before passing the components on to our brokers. Ordinarily, Such a loss would earn you the enmity of my organization. Something I can assure you, you do not want. But, to be perfectly candid, our former agents were less efficient in their tasks than we had hoped. Therefore, I would like to propose a deal which I am certain both sides will find beneficial.
Welcome to it.
You and
I
your
hate
followers
this
will take
instance.
over the task of acquiring vehicles and breaking them down for us. If you meet agreed upon quotas, you are welcome
Still
to
have no
occupy
fucking-
our valuable property. I'm certain you can see the benefits of becoming our agents. If not, I'm also certain that your former employers would be happy to learn of your current whereabouts. I look forward to your timely reply.
Why can I not fucking heal? Is that part of the spice down? Right now the heal's back. I hate this fucking instance so much. People were talking about it in positive light the other day in the game, how they loved getting their ass kicked by it. No, if it was fair, that would be one thing. I don't think this has been fair. Oh god, here we go again. I think the instance is terribly unfair. So many mobs. Come on, you want to shoot at me? Pop your head up. Well, I miss. It's so overpowered against the players that at this point in the game, you don't know the game, you don't have the resources to play sort of a far more difficult instance than anything you've done. And I mean, way, way more difficult than anything you've done in the game up to this point. I don't need those anymore. You can drop that. It didn't help that I didn't make enough heavy darks, but it didn't really matter in the end result. Having my power pack break on me at the end, presumably due to the damage I've taken from the multiple deaths, was not something I was prepared for. The rest of it I was prepared for and just hate. I just find it just so much not fun at all. I mean, not everything has to be a walk in the park, or a wake in the park. In this case, it was a wake. I no longer have the wings, right? Yeah. I don't have the power. Jeez. I I don't have the power to use the dispenser belt either. So I almost died from that. This whole thing has been incredible. Clusterfuck. And you got to watch it all. I hope you enjoyed it. You can tell how much I did. Spoiler. 0. Yes, you know. It's the content in the game I hate the worst by far. There's not even a second. Because it is so grossly out of step with everything else you've had to do. Not a little bit, a huge amount. I looted another power pack and didn't even think that to look to see if I had one. I did not play well, but I was punished not in keeping with my sins. That's the thing, is I don't think it's a fair piece of content. The big room with all those NPCs and all of those shielded gunners who take... I would imagine that almost everyone who goes into that instance probably has the same knife that I have, the Callister. You got the blueprint for it in the first zone, and it's unlikely you've upgraded it because it does more damage than any of the other swords or knives you can get at this level, the steel level. So it takes what, 5 slow attacks against the shielded gunners to kill them? 5 or 6? You can't kill them without running out of stamina. In other words, you can play perfectly and still have to run away because you're out of stamina. I hate that instance so much. Really. Deeply and genuinely hate it. But now I get a weapon that does more damage. Pseudo pulse sword. Or bigger buggy boot. I don't have a buggy yet. All right. That is of 0 use in this or any other world. And that one suffered damage too. Blood extractor can now go back into place. We have enough to make the pseudo pulse sword. And we need plasteel microfluorofibers, of course we do. I don't understand, amongst the many things I don't understand, why it is that the different content gives different rewards. For instance, the testing stations, like the one I just have been swearing about for the last 80 minutes, they only give the blue items, these ones, as something you can loot in large amounts. These ones, the servox and the particle capacitors. They don't give any of the green ones. For those, I think you have to go to the ship ruins, I think. And I am at a loss to explain why it can't be like mostly one and some of the other, rather than being exclusive. It just makes it very unpleasant. And not in a just this is just friction kind of way. In a this doesn't even make sense, I think, from a game design perspective. your players do not want to be forced into playing something specific. They don't like it. They don't. You should. I'm sure they're recognizing now that players don't like being forced into their only end game is PvP, and so that's why they've changed the Deep Desert already from 90-10 PvP to 50-50. Probably make some more silicone blocks. Let's make, oh, I don't know, how about 100? Oh, come on. God. Funcom, you're making millions of dollars. You can afford to hire a contractor, PC UI designer, to fix your piece of crap user interface on the PC. After all, we're paying for the console development. We shouldn't have to use the console UI. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, who do we have to contact? I don't even remember. Well done. Without Hiller running the show, her followers will soon falter. I'm sure you can see that her death will begin a power struggle. Who will benefit in the end is still to be determined, likely by parties more powerful than you or I. For now, it's enough that Hiller is dead, giving me a measure of revenge and a good deal of satisfaction. That alone is worth the price here. I hope I got a level out of that shit. Level 34. Yay. Did I get one? Did I get more than one? Because I had, I think, 4 research points. Looks like I got 40. So, 4 levels? Still not worth. Holtzman level Mark II. Ours is better. You want to make a real power pack Mark II, though. I want to depend on a looted one. I hate that instance. I really, 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 really do. How much damage was done? A fair amount of damage was done to my armor, too, from all those freaking deaths. Not that I'm bothered by it in the least, of course. He is. He really is. Oh, look. Our first tell of the evening, and it's a spamming bot. Truly, I lead a blessed existence. If you're actually out there, human being in charge of the bot, do humanity a favor, would you please? Chew on a fistful of razor blades. Alright, we want to deconstruct those. We've got 2 power packs, including a broken one, and the Artisan GDA, because frankly, it ain't gonna last. We'll turn the power back on. Power pack Mark II. Right, and save yourself energy. Power off the stuff you don't use very often until you need to use it. Like this. No, actually, because we're going to be replacing the blood extractor and the bag, so I didn't need to repair that one. I want to repair that. Repair that, repair that, repair that, repair, repair. These are requiring iron ingots, that's fine. We'll repair the things that don't require iron ingots. Yeah, we took a lot of damage in our armor from that, which is not surprising. We died a lot. This is using more iron ingots, that's fine. Alright. It's no problem at all. I hardly even noticed that I was in an instance. More heavy darts. Let's see. I have to say, I don't understand why Twitch doesn't have simple replacement algorithms that catch the name of the spammers. Website they're sending people out to. That's not rocket science. That's really, really, really easy to implement. But they don't do it. I don't get it. But then, to quote David Lopan, I was not put on this earth to get it. Let's see. There, I think. All right. Well, I have survived it. That's about the best thing I can say about it. All right. That does 21.4 a hit. That's double the damage, but it is a long blade instead of a short blade. And we'd need to track down 5 plasteel microflora fibers. Not necessarily an easy thing to do. I said an easily thing done. That would be actually reasonably okay English. I got a second Hajra leader, John. Oh, that's the Mark II. Don't think I ever made a Mark II before for that. Alright, over here. Well, we picked up a whole bunch of intel points, so we got the spit dart. This blade does 16.4, but this, for instance, doing 9 is less than the one that I was talking about getting. So you have to go to the steel to get higher damage numbers. I did that for the spit dart. Higher Holtzman shield, maybe? Higher power pack, maybe? That's the planar dispenser. We've got to spend, wow, 185 more intel before the aluminum opens up. Steel tent we'll want eventually. Pardon my yawn. God damn it. Power Pack Mark II. How about the Power Pack Mark III? I need cobalt paste for that, and it requires the survival fab. That one also requires cobalt paste. I don't think I'm quite ready yet. I need more iron stuff, I think, before I start mucking around inside the rift. We've got some more skills. Let's see if we can't drop something into someplace nice there. Get ourselves a little present, you know. Yeah, we're not using the disruptor. Scatter guns, no. That'll be 2 points for a passive. Because I don't think I'll use center of mass. Alright, we don't have Mentat complete yet. Planetologist. Another yawn coming. Sorry. I apologize. Long day. Okay, long instance there. I said it. Then a Gesserit. Opening them up is a tough one. Yeah. I'll grab that. Grab that. I got 7 points. Alright, that'll do for now. Research. Let's see. Well, we know we want... Okay, we do have the mediums already unlocked. Anything else in iron we need unlocked here? I don't think so. So those can all wait. Iron products. The chest. None of the other fabs yet, I think. Those can wait. The leap suspensor belt. Because I don't know if how that works with the regular one. Planar suspensor belt. Full suspensor belt is the really good one. Well, we're definitely, let's see, maybe a sand bike. Second tier sand bike wouldn't be too bad. Grab that. And the inventory. And the scanner. And go ahead and get the buggy for the Mark III for steel. We're going to want it. We are going to need the cutter as well, so yeah, no real point in having the buggy until you can have the cutter. But that's fine. So if I wanted to make the tier 2 vehicle, what are we talking? Lots of iron, armor plating. Iron, obviously, we can get. That's around all around us. So, the Servox, we should have enough. Servox. Particle caps might be a little bit dicey. 14. No, those are Servox. We should be fine for that. So, armor plating. Yeah, I think all we need is iron. I'm going to take a short break to AFK. I'll be right back. And I'm going to harvest some iron. Drive around. I'm back. And how much iron are we going to need for this? 20? 43. 5 each? 58? 68? 78? 98? 118? Less than I thought. We're going to need 68 more iron ingots. And it's 5 per, that's 340 iron. No small amount. So we're going to do a leisurely drive around the rock. Looking for iron. We will also accept fuel cells now. We're no longer in a freaking instance. Pardon me. Also, pardon my continued expression of discontent with the instance I just finished. I will need to make a bunch more Healy kits, because I used a bunch of Healy kits. Pardon me. We'll go ahead and drop that in there along with that. Oh, multiple iron nodes. We will grab those. Now, one thing I can say about an instance like the one I finished is the same way I feel about smashing my face into a brick wall. It feels so good once I'm done. All of a sudden I got a dose of the coughs. Iron. That sounded like a spice boom. Also known as a spice plug. Oh, I'll take that. Can I drag it out like that? No, of course not. Of course not. That would be the way a PC player would do it. Never the way a console player would do it. And after all, this user interface is designed for console players, not PC players. Don't think I need any copper. Still, there's an awful lot of copper out here in this particular area, so grabbing it might not be the best idea. Another one? Sure. And a couple iron? Ooh, all right. If you insist. Grab a little bit of shade here. Oh, a couple more iron nodes. The real problem comes when you get to aluminum. Not just because, you know, it's 2 tiers higher. It takes 30 seconds per ingot to me. And you need lots. Now, I was fortunate on my main character where when I hit kind of prime time in aluminum, the aluminum tier, due to the Landsrod, we had a 75% reduction in time for processing, which meant it took, what, 7.5 seconds per ingot? That was an enormous deal. Need aluminum? I mean, iron? A lot of iron around here. Looks like somebody's house may have had the same problem I did, my first one. Maybe not. No, it looks like he's got it out there intentionally. My house had a minor little issue. One day I log in and one of the walls of my house is missing. And I can't rebuild it because suddenly the border of my subfief has inexplicably moved. And that wall is no longer within my subfief. So I had to completely redo the entire house, and it looks like crap. Everything had to get moved and rearranged. It just was really sad. So we have got a whole bunch of iron. And it's going to use a lot of water, I think, to make into ingots. No, it is not on purpose. Thank you very, very much. It's been months since I did that. You know, put it up on AFK and then forgot to take it down. I was due. Thank you. I really ought to put a sign up 58 days since the last AFK message left up. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the game a lot. Throw your console and replace a proper spot to move your territory a little. Yes, you can. Also, you can move it up in the building to raise the fief up. But if you have used a stake, destroying your subfief destroys the stake as well. So that's 15,000 credits. So that's worth knowing. How long have I played it? I've been playing since the head start. I have almost 200 hours in. Yeah, so be aware. Also be aware that this happened to a friend of mine. He was destroying some stuff to sort of rebuild around, and he accidentally destroyed the piece of building that his subfief was on. And it was destroyed. It fell to the ground and was destroyed. And that just cost him 2 stakes as well. So if you accidentally or intentionally destroy your subfief console, any stakes are lost. Just be aware. Now, all you have to do is move it and set it on a solid piece of ground, and that can't happen. But for instance, my initial house, outside of Haga Basin South, Because I wasn't using it very much, what I did is I deleted the advanced subfief there and replaced it with a regular subfief, because the regular one, the beginning one, is smaller, but it has no tax. And I even managed to build it so that I can land my ornithopter on it. Yes, the bugs are the biggest issue that I can see with the game right now. Now, none of the bugs have bitten me in the ass yet. So I don't doubt that the bugs are real, but I also think that there is an impression that there are more bugs and the bugs hit more often than they probably do. So I think they're a real thing. Yes, I do multicast. I'm sorry if anyone's not understanding why I'm carrying on two conversations. One's to YouTube and one is to Twitch. So I don't doubt that the bugs are real. I don't think they're as prevalent as they feel. But yes, I agree completely. The bugs need fixing. That should be the number one thing they need doing on the technical side. I didn't get enough. Oh, you'll make do. Oh, maybe I got enough. I forgot to unload my bike. Let's see. Oh, I should have enough. I think I have enough. Are they fixing it? I think. I'm certain that they intend to fix it. How long it's going to take to get fixed, I couldn't say. I'm sure they intend to fix it, but it isn't always necessarily. Not everything is always fixable, not to put too fine a point on it. They build their game a certain way, and it's not necessarily guaranteed that the problems they have are fixable. If they build a game with fundamental problems, a lot of times they build so much stuff on top, you can't fix the stuff at the very bottom. So we'll see. Currently, my bike is a tier 1. That's why I'm running around now to get more iron, is I want to make myself a Mark II bike. There we go. We've got a lot more iron. Did I put the blood in? I did. Okay, good. Yeah, I enjoy it a lot too. I've sort of reached a place in the game where advancement is so slow on my main character, on the main account, that I'm playing at all. Because I really enjoy the game, but right now trying to advance my highest level characters, like level 160s somewhere, just feels like a bit of a slog. And I really enjoy the advancement stage of the game. 20 hour, there's a lot of game in it. If you like the game, you should be able to get a lot of play out of it. Let's see, here we want 3,200. All right, what did I do? That goes there. That goes there. Oop. Oh. Did I empty out the trunk? No, I didn't. Yeah, on my main character, I have the first tier of Ornithopter. And I don't think I've bothered to advance any of my bikes any further. I got one of the higher tiers of Cutter for the buggy, and I think that's about it. I came up here for something. What was it? Oh, it was the money. Was the money. And I think that's it. I think that's it. Drop that. Drop that. Is that everything? That is appearance to be everything. We can now make some more heal kits. You're at the point where you need to start farming cobalt paste. Yeah, that's sort of the big slowdown, is the cobalt paste. You don't just want the buggy, though. You also will want the cutting ray high enough tier to be able to farm more of the erythrite for cobalt. The rift is sort of a hard thing to wrap your head around because it's so dark. It plays so much different than most of the rest of the space. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I think from a game design point of view, it's fine. I'm less enthused. There's a similar locational issue when you start getting to aluminum and you need duraluminum. And that is only farmable, as far as I know, in the radioactive zone in the southwest. The Sheol, it's called. And so, again, similar to the Rift, the environment is very different, but I think the one in Sheol is much less interesting, and it's certainly less fun. The Sheol is down here. Maybe just here. Anyway, yeah, it's in this area. And it's radioactive, so you need the radiation suit, and you will want to have iodine pills. No, what it is sort of like a big sandy area with, rock outcroppings, and on the rock outcroppings are these little green pools, and in the green pools are jasmium nodes. And there are 3 tiers of radiation there, and there's a little radiation icon you'll get next to your hotbar, and it's diamond shaped, and the diamond will fill in slowly over time, and if you let it get to be filled in completely, it'll kill you very quickly. So you basically have to keep a close eye on that, and then fly out on your ornithopter. Okay, I'll hold on to that there. All right. How are we doing over here? Well, we can start making the tier 2 cycle now. I don't think we can finish it just yet. What do we got? 90? I think it was like 108 we need. But I'm also going to want to actually have a place where I can park. I'm not sure I can build a parking. Oh, I think I can punch parking in through here. Maybe. We'll see. Give that a try. Walls and a ceiling. Yeah, maybe. Let's go ahead and swap back in the construction tool. Okay, that actually, wait. That's not going to work out quite as well as I'd hoped. Ha! I can make this work. I can make this work. Okay. I think I can make this work. We'll find out. Okay. Maybe, maybe not. Walls. Let's see. Okay, we can piece picker that. Is this going to work? That's the question. Is it going to work? Answer unclear. Ask again later. Why is that not rotating? That ought to be rotating. Why no rotate? There we go. That is, I think, going to work. It'll work okay. It's not going to work great. So... No, how about this one? Yeah, okay. So what we can do is set a door here. That's a double wide. I'd really like to have it that wide. That's not great. I think what we're going to want is we're going to want a pentashield instead of a door. Let's get back to piece picker, grab more of these. That's going to have to be too high. Yep. Come on, stop that. There we go. And back to piece picker. Grab those. I'm out of granite. Well, we can't have that. I'm almost finished with my expansion here for a garage. What? First things first. Because otherwise they wouldn't be first. Right? Deposit the water. Dew harvesting time. Don't miss out on a dew harvest, boys and girls. That's the wrong thing. That was the wrong thing. This is the right thing. Optimal dew harvesting time. There we go. A quick 2.5 liters of water. We needed granite. Not a bunch. Just a little. Just a little. And I think the pentashield requires cobalt, if memory serves. So that's a ways off. I mean, I didn't get to steel until, like, yesterday. And all I did, I wanted to rush steel to get, to my mind, the almost required sniper rifle as soon as possible. Alright, so... yeah, I think we remove this. Demolish. Doing. And... I think it's got to be that. Not happy about that.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
All right, that's the Coriolis storm. Which is in 8 hours. All right, so that's not going to be a great fit. But it's a fit. A weird artifact left over from this tile set. But we are water sealed. That'll be gone the next time I log in. So we can drop our vehicle right here so that we don't have to drive it in our front door to be able to access the trunk. Oh, I could probably use some water. How about... filtered sweat. Delicious. It tastes like lens. Don't try this at home. All right, I think occasionally we now have the required components to make our sand bike. 156, yeah, I think we can make our sand bike Mark II. Yay, there'll be much rejoicing. Well, let's deposit our emergency sand bike here. Come on. Don't be like that. There we go. I should be able to make the Mark II. Scanner, inventory, 3 treads. Scanner, inventory, 3 treads. Make it in 2 batches. Easier to make sure I don't make anything twice. Tastes like onion water? Yeah, lens. It tastes like lens, onion water. What's the matter? Don't like onion water? I do like / shudder when Xantara mentions to you that if you don't put the caths just right, you'll end up drinking fecal matter, liquefied fecal matter. The caths he's referring to, if you're not familiar with the terminology, is a catheter. And presumably, you put one up your wee-wee and one up your poo-poo chute. Because he said catheters. I don't want to wear a still suit ever. Unless it's like a Texas catheter, which is also known as a bleacher buddy. Because that doesn't goes around. Aren't you glad that you came to this stream? If not. Okay, engine. Power supply. Chassis. Oh. We'll have our brand spanking new vehicle. With a backup, if necessary. So I may have to go into the rift to get enough erythrite to make the cobalt, to looking at making some of the tier 4 stuff, more of the steel tier stuff. One thing to know is that unless they've changed it, you don't take damage and your vehicle doesn't take damage if you just drive off the edge of the cliff in the rift and fall all the way down to the bottom. That's the way it used to work. I don't think it's gotten fixed, but don't blame me if you try it and you make a moist stain at the bottom of the rift. Let's go all the way up here to this is our showroom for our vehicle. Not really. Okay, we need our welding torch. Chassis. PSU. Hull. Engine. Scanner. Inventory. Tread uno. Tread dos. Tread trois. I believe that's everything. It is everything. Let's fuel it up. 100%. How are we looking? Low on fuel. Actually, time to customize. All right. Not very well lit in here, but, you can't have everything. So this is the Dusk Rider swatch. Yes, that's it. Didn't notice a change. This is the Choam swatch. We'll try this. Okay. Dusk Rider swatch. Dark. A little bit of red in there. A little bit of copper. The Choam swatch. Lighter. The dark ones are going to be a lot hotter when you sit down on them. The Maula swatch. Blue and gray. And the Sunset Dye Global swatch. I think I like that one better. So we're going to go with that one. And we're going to put it away in our pocket. That's still rotating. Got another 40 iron ingots. See if we can figure out what we're going to make next, I think, realistically. Plant fibers are easy, but we need micro sand. We need the orange items, orange background items, which is the micro sandwich fabric and the blood extract, or sorry, the EMF generators. Fortunately, I know a place where I can get some of those that's close nearby. You want to stay hydrated. I mean, they tell that to us streamers all the time. Now, there's usually between 1 and 3 bad guys in here. Should have taken advantage of that time to reload, but I'm a dope. Was there a third one in here? There was. Boot to the head. Three, like I said. The orange materials, as I just referred to them. Got another one of these located on the rock here. I think that one's always got 3. In here too. Forgot to get the blood out of the other guys. They can have it. They can keep their blood. It's fine. I don't need their stinking blood. I got these guys' blood. This blood is better anyway. I'm even going to steal their rocks. They'll have nothing left. No blood. No rocks. No orange items. And last of all, no dignity. Oh, come on. Seriously? Oh, sure. Why not some more? I mean, we're running this way. It's here in our way, so... Boing, boing. I want to fly away. Yeah, yeah. Okay, honey, I'm home. Lots of granite. Everything else is... Yep, everything is good. So we still only have enough for one of those. We can make the blood extractor Mark II. But we need a little bit more micro sandwich fabric. And for that we need the Plastil microflora. I mean, we could buy that from the vendors, but it's expensive. Yeah. Yeah. I think this is a excellent place for me to pick up the stuff I made and then call it an evening. I would like to thank all of you guys for hanging out as always. I really appreciate it. I should be back tomorrow at the usual time, maybe a little earlier. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand with more Dune Awakening. I'm still enjoying the game, gotta say. A little bit less than obsessed with it now, but I am still enjoying it. Except for the instance I did tonight, Imperial Testing Station 10 can suck anything it jolly well wants to. But I'll be back tomorrow. Again, thank you guys for hanging out. Hopefully you will see me soon. I hope the rest of your Monday, probably, for most of you, goes great. As always, I like to set an achievable goal for the people who hang out here. I hope the rest of your week doesn't suck. Back tomorrow. Take care, and ciao for now. Bye, guys.